Have you read the book *Sapiens*?
Oh, I just started it last night.
You just started it last night. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to spoil it.
No, I've read like a few chapters already. But no, I've talked, like my dad, he loves *Sapiens*. He's talked a lot about it, and I've heard it many times on like podcasts and stuff.
Because it really goes into, I think he's an evolutionary biologist or historian to some.
Paleontologist.
Yeah, something like that. And he talks about the different stages of human development.
Yes.
The agricultural revolution, you may have gone into that. I
Yeah.
think, I can't remember the other revolutions, but also the idea that thumbs have become so integral to how humans have become, able to do what we are able to do.
Yeah.
Considering we have such a small physical body compared to other mammals and other.
Yeah. I remember because I read it last night. They're talking about how we, instead of having muscles that are really big and broad and like strong, we evolved to have more finely tuned muscles in our hands.
Yeah.
In order to pick up rocks, to throw spears, and like that's what really set us apart from all the other animals is we can throw.
We can throw.
We can throw really precisely. Like a monkey, sure, they can throw shit everywhere.
And they can pick up stuff.
But they're like babies. They can't they're not very dexterous. But we became really good at using our hands.
Using our limited physical nature for our own benefit to some extent, maximizing and using those micro muscles as well. And I think you were talking about how, it's not directly related, but climbing, like rock climbing, you're not using, a lot of the time you're not using these main big muscle groups. You're using these micro. You're focusing on using different micro kind of muscles and developing them to some extent. Or have I mischaracterized that?
I think no, because like you use your back a lot, man. you use your back a lot, and you use your forearms, which are like pretty big muscles. But okay, I guess you could relate this to humans. Is technique. So instead of brute forcing, trying to climb up a wall, you use technique. You take your center of balance into account, and you use technique to get up a wall instead of just doing pull-ups. Because could you imagine trying to do a pull-up like to get up 30 meters? Like that's impossible. No one can do that.
No.
Or like trying to hold on like 6mm edges. You can't do that. I mean, some people can, but not for the whole way up, right? You're using your feet. You're thinking a lot. There's a lot of problem solving when you're climbing, under pressure as well.
Under pressure.
Because shit can be scary.
Shit can be scary. The side of a mountain.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun.
Something else that in *Sapiens* that really stood out to me was he was talking about how credit and the idea of credit revolutionized where humanity could go.
Credit as in like currency or
in terms of like a credit card, a credit card. So the difference between a credit card and a debit card is your own money.
Yes.
It doesn't go beyond what you have.
Your own money, sure. What bank are you using?
Well, the basic premise,
the
basic premise of a debit card is that you can't spend more than you have in that balance.
Yes.
Unless you have an overdraft and other little loans like that. But a credit card is essentially you have a certain limit that you can borrow. That is the bank's money. It's the bank's money.
Yes.
So in terms of how *Sapiens* talks about credit, is how humans have revolutionized the idea that we can get more in the long term. That you can't convince, if you give a monkey a banana, he'll be happy with the banana, but you can't convince a monkey to wait and do certain things to get 100 bananas in the future.
Yes.
And I think that he talked about how credit and how that's very crucial to how the the Western civilization has pretty much been able to develop in the last 20, even 50 years.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. And that concept I think is like just abstract thinking.
Yeah.
Because you're able to imagine that, hey, in the future, you can picture in your head in the future of you getting that more bananas in the future if you just wait. It's like that test that they did with the marshmallow. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, so they get like kids that are like maybe 3-4 years old.
Okay.
And and they'll sit them in a room with no one else, just them. And they'll put a marshmallow in front of them on the table. And then the researcher would be like, okay, if you wait 5 minutes, I will come back and give you 2 marshmallows.
Oh.
So you get 3 in total. Something like that. So basically, it's going to gauge like if they have patience and if they will wait. And the majority of the kids, they eat the marshmallow in the first like minute.
Really?
And the ones that wait the 5-10 minutes, however long it is, again, I'm paraphrasing here. They find that they have higher IQ or they have like higher cognitive abilities because they're able to wait and they can see into the future almost.
The future. You can see what those marshmallows could potentially bring. More happiness, better taste, I don't know. But the abstract thinking imagination is something uniquely human.
It is very uniquely human because, like, for example, I forgot the concept or what it's called. Because the thing is, I've read *Sapiens* before, but like only like 5 chapters 2 years ago, and I'm trying to remember one concept where I think they used the car company Peugeot.
Peugeot.
So it's
French company.
Yeah. What's Whoa, Mister. Whoa.
Xenophobia, but you know, it's the Brits. We have a love-hate relationship with the French.
Sure enough.
Go on.
But yeah, so okay, first let me just backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
The biggest tribal like the biggest tribe of animals, like a herd of animals, is a type of baboon. Okay. And it's either 150 or it's 500 where they can work together as a community.
As in, a community,
yeah, like live together until it just starts going into mayhem. And obviously we have companies that have thousands of employees.
We have countries.
Yeah, we have countries, right? And the thing that they all can do is they can believe in fiction. They can believe in something that doesn't exist. Yeah. Right? So if you work at Peugeot, you're working for this company. You're working for this mysterious name of
this higher purpose, this higher goal that's above just you.
Yes.
There's other people, there's other factors in this continuum to some extent.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah,